All right, guys, I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting to do something here. Let me just make sure my pen is working. It's working. It's time to begin our last session for maths. Let's see how many people are on. I am going to do this similar to last night session. Well, it's night where I am. It's 11 p.m. where I am. It should be 5 p.m. in most of the English-speaking Caribbean, and we are doing some last-minute revision, so y'all could let them know. So it's a little tough for me to do this because of the time zone right now. Share. Let your brethren and sisters them know. Things start. You know how we do it. We're going to do the toughest of the tough, the hardest of the hard. Requesting time. Let me just pop on over to the Student Hub Discord channel. Let's see what's cooking in the maths. Let's go. Spooky, don't feel like seeing your comment. Don't feel like seeing your comment. Let's go. All right, so Bella, jump out one time. Copy image with this. Bella, jump out one time. This is the request. There was an error in one of the questions I was doing. Anytime you all hear me talking real big about a question and saying, who sent this question, the easiest question in the world, make sure I double check that question because, you know, now I could make some silly mistakes and things. There was an error in a question yesterday. I'll show it. Hopefully I can show you. Zion, Chavi is going to sleep now. You can't play a game with him. And I am live on YouTube. Bye. Yeah. Oh, no. So this man trying to line up a Minecraft. Sweat with your brother. So what's the answer for this question, people? And the circle above not drawn to scale 0, the center of the circle angle AOB is 80, and the arc AB is 6. Where did I get this question from? What is the circumference of the circle? I have a couple questions based off of this. Well, if this is 80 degrees and what is the circumference of the circle? 80 degrees represents 6 cm. So 360 degrees will represent 6 over 80. Find for 1 and then you multiply by 360. So cross. 4 into this 2, 4 into this 9, 2 into this 3 by 9 is 27 centimeters. C is the answer. So that's that one. That's a nice question, and I would be interested to see like what was number 50 on that question, because I feel they're going to do something with the triangle. Let's get the other one on the way. That's a nice question because it had a different number. Normally the number is B60. Circumference is 2 pi r, but do you know what r is? You don't. So we have to use the fact that this was an arc length. I'm trying to read my questions properly, you know what I mean? And you do the same thing in the exam, mixing them sneaky. I don't want to use any other adjectives, but they could switch up the wording now. You practice one thing and they switch up the wording. So this is not 60 anymore, this is 80. So we want the whole 360 degrees. Trappy people. So what's the answer for this one? So the following pairs of sets is one set, not a subset of the other. But it's one set, not a subset. Multiples of 12, factors of 3. Multiples of 12 and factors of 3. And this is not looking like it working out. Factors of 6, factors of 12, whole numbers, rational numbers, multiples of 5, multiples of 10. So this is a subset of this. This is a subset of this. This is a subset of this. A is the answer for this one. Spain 1. All right. We're getting some updates here. Let's see what else is in store for us. Here we have Gina Yoon. Gina Yoon back in the dance. So let's make some noise for the Gina, for the Yoon, for the Gina Yoon. Gina Yoon coming in with a request from downtown. The following diagram is a circle with its center O. Angle is 122. Well, this is going to be half. Gina, you don't know your circle terms. Don't let me down here now, Gina. Let me read it carefully. Angle POQ is 122, or you're just confirming 61 degrees. The angle at the circumference subtended from the same chord in the same segment is half the angle at the center. All right, Gina, you can giving us some revision there. Gina, just say let them revise that. Let them just revise that. And then we have a next one coming in here. Ladies and gents, in the diagram above, cab is 35, like cab right there. Cab right there is 35, and AC is the diameter of the circle. So this is a diameter. So this is 90. Angle ADB, this is 90. This is 35. This is 55. And if this is 55, any other angle is 55. So see again. So Gina coming in with some sweet ADB, right? Yeah, so they wanted this one. So it turns out that these two angles are the same, and this is 90. So 55, 55. Well done, Gina. We have more people here tonight, boy. What I tell you, boy? I tell you, we might reach all kind of 500s and things tonight. We might maybe reach more than 500. Depends on how long I go on. If I stay until like 9 o'clock, we might reach 1,000 plus. But staying until 9 o'clock would mean that I'm here till 2 p.m. And who wants to teach maths 2 p.m. in the night? Not me. The Venn diagram. This is U, this is V. Students who played hockey. The number of students in each set is indicated. How many students play exactly one game? 5 and 4 is 9. Kind of free marks question is this, boy? I hope you could see that good. And while you're only sending me C's, I want to ask me if I can repeat that and to keep my channel a certain level of integrity upon my channel, boy. Choco, boy. Yeah, well, you don't understand right now. This is South America. This is Trinidad, Guyana, somewhere here. So sorry if I didn't get Guyana correct. Trinidad and Old Quadro, Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, rest of the Antilles coming up the road, the Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the whole crew, Jamaica outside. Belize, anybody from Belize? Belize is on the Central America here. Belize is, have a few people from Belize be doing the exam. I not anywhere here. I over here, so I'm up in the up here, so why is the time is 5 p.m. here? Where I am, the time is 11 p.m. 11:08. That's what I'm talking about. Time is what happening. The image of the point P under the translation 2-1. So you gotta be careful with this one. When you see this question, or again this question tomorrow, be careful with this. Make sure you understand what is the image, what is the translation, and what they want. So they want the image of the point, right? So the image is what they want. This is the object. This is the translation. So very good. So the image is the object plus the translation. So -3, 2 plus 2, 1. So you have -1, 3. -1, 3. Yesterday, they gave us something different. So watch out for that. Yesterday, there's an error. You could go back and check the question. I left it in the channel. And I'll see what the answer was in the Discord channel. Used to be back in the days and thing. I used to have all kind of time to make song and thing. The best song I ever make was actually the first song, I find. If f of x is 2x squared minus 1, then f of -3, f of -3 is going to be 2 by -3 to b squared minus 1, 2 by 9 minus 1, 18 minus 1, 17c. Are they deliberately trying to give me questions that only given C as the answer, or are they trying to lead people into the wrong idea, making people think all the answers is BC? Or it is really going on here? I love the discipline and the good behavior of the Discord channel. First time that Discord channel started a couple years ago, I used to have to pay money to just have people monitoring that channel to keep them sure and behave inside there. Boy, oh gosh, boy, geez and ages. Teachers used to be messaging me, sir, this so and so from a lessons, ting. So to start 28. The trick with this one, the trick with this question is that this is A and this is B, and B come first. It's easy to put 7 over 28, so it's actually 28 over 7. You understand? And then you minus 1. So 7 could go into 28 all of 4 times. Bring over the 2, cross the 1, break the 3. So 4 minus 1 is 3. The answer is C again. Now let's stop with the C's. It's a conspiracy. Stop trying to sync now, my boy. I don't care if you can't sync, or you could stop sending me the error message. Somebody going to the exam and just shade C right down the line. The pie chart above, not drawn to scale, represents the mass of ingredients in a cake. The total mass is 288 grams. So these combined mass in grams of fat and sugar. Total is 288. 288. So 360 degrees is equal to 288. Chavi, don't feel like you're trying to escape that sleep. You go and sleep. What is the combined mass in grams of fat and sugar? Fat and sugar will be the remainders. So there's 195, right? So let's say 360 minus 195 to get the fat and the sugar. How they deal with fat and sugar? So boy, what fat and sugar do all they'll be dealing with it. So 165. All right, 165 it is. So we're trying to figure out what 165 is. So if 360 is 288, 165 is going to be 288 divided by 360 multiplied by 165. So it's just some matter of breaking down that and seeing what happening. When you have a child, you go let them play game until 12 o'clock in the night. Now this man is 9 o'clock. This man is 9 years old. It's time for him to sleep. 9 o'clock. He's supposed to be going to sleep, and he's still up here. What we want to do? We're gonna break down things here, boy. What we feeling? We feeling to not do this. I feeling to let all you do that. So all you tell me what is the answer. So where you get this question from? So right now we have highly esteemed question selectors picking out questions and sending it into the Discord channel. They're picking out the best of the best, the highly repeated questions, the questions that give people trouble. So the answer is 132 according to them. And they're sending it into the Discord channel, which is open to all. It's the Student Hub Discord channel, but it's open to everybody. And thousands of students have made themselves at home there during the exam season, and all the better for it. We love when a good thing, we love when a good plan comes to fruition. That channel was created as a spot for students to just, combine all the information, all the knowledge of the Caribbean, e.g. expressed in the terms K and M is, so E to G is this. So that's M plus K. Bring K over here. Over here, M plus K. K plus M, M plus K, same thing. How come I didn't do a solution to the physics? I'll do that next year. I was done already. Shutting down for the year now, boy. I don't want me to do a solution for the physics. What I need to do is update now. It takes some work to do all. It takes some work to be me, because now I have to go and update all the solutions on my channel and add in a whole next year and thing. The Venn diagram above gives information on subjects who are studying home on my channel on my website, studying home economics, math and art. How they show art and home economics, so which of the following deductions can be made? Some students who study art study home economics. It's more like the other way around. It's too weak. No student who studies art studies maths. This is correct. Some home economics students study maths. This is not correct. Oh yeah, this is correct. Some home econ students study maths. So 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is the best one. one says some students who study art study home economics. I don't know. That's not properly describing the situation. All the students who study art study home economics. In seeing art wrap up inside it, so it's better to say B. Better to go with the B. What do you say? What do you think? Better to go with the B. How is 3 correct? Some home economics students study maths. Well, you're not seeing home economics and maths sharing some students there. Fabian? Don't you not see the intersection? Some tomorrow, all now thing, bang. And somebody asking why 132? Okay, so what happened here is the entire circle is 360 degrees in a circle, right? This is something you're supposed to know. And so far, this is 195 degrees, which means 165 degrees remaining. 165 degrees remaining. So if 165 degrees is what we're trying to find, but 360 degrees represents 288 grams. 165 degrees represent 280 divided by 360. That's finding for one, and then you multiply by the 165. And the people that I trust, like Shania Ramcharita, who has been really holding it down for us in terms of calculator use. You can use a calculator in the exam. But Shania is a brilliant one, don't worry. Student have approved. She said it's going to be 132, so we roll with that. All right, let's keep moving. Bang, bang. The mode number of books bought. All right, so this is a tricky one that still comes. We still get this one showing up often. The mode number of books bought is, so this is the number of books bought, and I'm seeing 8 is the highest. Oh, no. Wait. We need to consider this. So this is how many students buy in whatever books. 7 students buy 8 books. 9 students buy 7 books. 11 students buy 6 books. 13 students buy 5 books. So it has real options for mode here. You can pick 5, you can pick 13, you can pick 8, you can pick 7. Which one do you think it is? They have what? 5, 7, 9. They have 9 in this too. 9 it make no sense. Anybody who picked 9 wasn't thinking at all. At least the other ones you're thinking. Well, the best answer is the mode number of books. So it's 5. This number of books, 5, was bought 13 times. So this is the most repeated number of books bought. Understand? So A is the answer. And we move forward. We move forward. I thought my Discord wasn't loading there for a while. Israel, you good with that? You have a real controversial name at the moment there, boy, Israel, boy. The interquartile range of the set of measurements is Israel. Next time, try and hold the camera still when you send this now, man. What is this? And what the interquartile range? So 10, median will be about 5. Quartiles gonna be at here and here. Hold on, I'm doing stupidness. Let's just fix this back. So this is where I need to take a median from. So this is your Q2. Here's your Q1. So a little above and just a little above and a little above here. So basically this track down, bang, and this hits here and we track down. So I am looking at about a 2.5 because this is 2.5 and maybe a 7.5 thereabouts. So 7.5 minus 2.5 is 5. B is the answer. You have to know a lot about interquartile to understand that immediately as I was doing it. If you don't go and revise it, just memorize the answer is B. The interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. Upper quartile minus the lower quartile. But you need to touch the road. Okay, let's keep moving. I appreciate this person sending me a high quality photo. See, we can learn from this, ladies and gents. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously. We get head, tails, head, tails, heads, head, tail, tail. I don't want to read all of that. What is that? What is the probability of randomly obtaining at least 2 heads? So getting at least 2 heads mean if you get triple heads or 2 heads here on the inside now. So might be best to check and see who do have at least 2 heads. You, and you. All the rest, oh, you do have at least 2 heads. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 8, a half. So 4 out of 8. Desired outcomes over total number of outcomes. So at least 2 heads mean if you get 3 heads, you're in the inside too. So there are 4 situations like that. Let's keep it pumping. I'll bring in some nice questions today, boy. I must big up the question selection committee. Some quality questions. Quality and quantity. In which quadrant above would sine theta have the positive value? What is doing here? Who sent this? I need to ban this person. Bella, where you find this question? This is AdMaths. Anyhow, ASTC. The answer is A and S, so 1 and 2. B. But don't do that again, Bella, before you end up outside of the Discord. Before you know, it's a Discord, all kind of fancy way to ban you, take a break and all kind of thing. Bella trying to hot up the people head, by anybody who do normal maths, ignore that. That is AdMaths, trigonometry. That is the Achilles heel of the average math student, the beginning and the end points of the class interval, 10 to 14, 9.5 and 14.5. But let's just make sure. Yes, 14.5 and 9.5. What do I want? The end points of the class interval. Oh, crap. All right, the fact that they do have 10 and 14 means they're talking about the boundaries and not the limits. This is a weird way of them to say boundaries, the beginning and end points. It's not really a term that I see in the syllabus. The term on the syllabus is boundaries and class limits. So a little naughtiness in this question here, but the answer is 9.5 and 14.5 is what they're really looking for. I could see that is what this person was aiming at when they was making up this question. So let me keep pumping. Another one bites the dust. A boy throws a dice. What is the probability that he will get 3? To do this question, there's only one way you can do this question. You have to draw a dice. So if you can't draw a dice, you can't do this question. You have to put the 1 dot there, and put the 2 dots there, and put the 3 dots here, and then visualize. Of course, you don't need to draw a dice. I just plain to tell you. So what is the probability that you will get a 3 followed by an even number? Probability that you roll a 3, and I'm hoping that is a dice that has 6 numbers, and or anything dice, you think 6 numbers. So the probability that you roll a 3 is 1, 6, and then followed by using multiplication if you're following by independent events. That you rolls an even number. There are 3 even numbers out of the 6 numbers. So this is 1/6 of 3, 6. 112 is the answer. A. Why this feeling a little AdMaths-ish too, but these days they're going all out in probability, so I'll allow it. Who sent this? Samir. Samir is a good boy. So Chang, let's go. Okay, let's keep going. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'll know the drill. Keep it pumping. Given that theta, what is this called this again? Oh yeah, pi. Pi is equal to 22/7, then the volume of the cylinder is what? Well, this is really 3. So pi r squared by height. I do this yesterday. Why is feeling like I do this yesterday? 22/7 by r squared is 9 by height by 21. 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 21, 3. And now we leave this up to Shania to tell us what is 66 times 9. Just a little less than 660 or so. 594. Pi r squared by height. Yeah, 594. I've never seen this question. Well, you're finding this question. Not this one. I see this question, but this one. What is this? Rotational symmetry. Where you get this one from, Bella? Who is Bella? All right, so this rotational symmetry mean how much times you could get the same look. So if you put that on this and you turn it around, you get 1, 2, 3. So 3 is the answer. 3. I can always be a little confused with rotational symmetry, whether it's like 3 or 2, because I remember in my early days of teaching this beautiful subject of mathematics, there was a situation either in CXC or some one of the literature that had, like, they don't include the first iteration, if you will. So like it's order 2 now. But that would make sense for something that have no rotational symmetry. Let me just do a quick double check of this. I do a quick little study of this here. So like a square have, so square have 4. So yeah, in the order of symmetry, if you have none, you put 1. I understand if there's only one way it could set up itself, 1. You want it irregular. Yeah, 1. So this have 3. Pretty clear, pretty solid on it now. So this have 3. You all understand what I'm talking about here? So like this, how much? Maybe I could do a shape. Can we draw shapes here? Let me see. And can we rotate the shape now? What is this? Rotate? I'll just give me a little chance here. We see if I could. Do I need to talk about this? Am I just wasting time here? Rotate it. The only scenery size. Rotational symmetry mean if you could spin it around, it will be it will superimpose on itself now, buddy. So let's take a equilateral triangle, and let's say I secretly put some invisible ink right there. Now I could draw over this equilateral triangle. That's what I'm gonna undo the invisible ink, because remember it's invisible now, buddy. And no, yeah, copy, paste. Pretend I equilateral. It's not really looking so equilateral now as I watch it. But the invisible ink, if I rotate this down, and only if you could see the invisible ink, you wouldn't realize that it's in 3 different positions, because you could spin it around, you understand? So that's order of rotational symmetry 3. If a shape is irregular, the order of rotational symmetry would be 1, because like for example this right angle trapezium. If I put, there's only one way I could, if I spin this around, it will look like this. Yeah, I will clearly see that it's spun around. There's no way. The only time it'll come back and the invisible ink would always be there. Is that making some sense? At the end of the day, the order of rotational symmetry of this shape, which has a rotational symmetry of 3, because this can spin around and be in the same position 3 times. Go ahead, Chappie. Go ahead. So yeah, enough of that. Let's go on to the next question. Lindsay, that all over the place. Are you still looking for that? It's all over the place. The following diagrams show part of a shopping bill. Basically, the correct values of P, Q, and T. P is 4 kilograms of certain flour. The unit price had to be a little less than 3. Let's try a little more than 3. A little more than 3. So we're looking at this one or this one. Q, T. All right, T. What is it? Adding up. So 12 and 7 is 1960, and we subtract that. So basically at a little less than 20. A little less than 20. Why do you have a little more than 20? Is that a little more than 20? 1960, 14, 40. A little more than 40. A little more. So 40, 40. Yeah, so 20. All right, so we can't tell from this. Oh, shucks, man. They're making this thing too hard. 20.8. And 8 times a certain number. 8 times a certain number gives us. So maybe it's a little more than 2. A little more than 2. So D is the answer. Because this is 6. So D is the answer we should have. Yeah, you just had to decode it. You don't really need to multiply. You just need to kind of average it out. You don't need to go and get the specific exact value. Just use the little common sense that they hit you with the, you know, now. So somebody send back this again. I think we think BAC. Well, they just put what the answer is there in the chat, and I haven't seen it. Why this looking like this come from a textbook? Zach, there you? Not this, the next one I'm about to do. That yes, that's what they put in the chat there is correct. You gotta go and watch the live chat now if you're watching in the past. Sorry, I'm gonna tell next time somebody watching this in the future and right before exams and in that time, it's 60, it's 60. You're supposed to know that though. Somebody named Zach send this into the group. What's the answer? I think we did one like this yesterday. This was contributed by this guy. I don't even know who is that. Zach, you know who is that? And you may figure. What are the roots of the above function? If of x is 2x minus. All right, so if I factorize x, I'll get x into. I don't even need to do that. Look at drawn right here. 2 and 0. Come on. X is 0, 2. A is the answer. Keep it pumping. Keep it pumping. The real imposter Zach's here, boy. Or Zach, are you the imposter Zach? Who is the real Zach? Which of the following sets is represented by f of x is x squared plus 3. Squared is plus 3. Squared is plus 3. Squared 2 plus 3. Squared 3, 9 plus 3. A is the answer. We go no further. Stop there. Go no further. Well, basically, you just want to square the first number and add 3 and see if it works out to be the second number. From the table, the price of 2,600 articles. This looking like one of them old school questions that I used to do for exam. The table below shows an extract from a decimal reckoner given the price of n articles at 35 cents each. Yum, 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 yum. All right, so 25 is this, 26 is this, 27 is this, 28 is this. Hold on. Yeah. All right, cool. So it's 2,600 articles at 35 cents each. Well, we're looking at trying to break it up into pieces now, but we use the big boys first. So 7 and 7. And how much 7s in this? 3 sevens. So 700, 700, 700. That will take we all the way up to 2,100. Still have a 500 to go. Let me see how much this is. So this is 245 times 3. Right? 245 times 3. 735. So he looking real promising. And the next 245 and this one happen. 45, 70, 29. Yeah. So C. C is the answer. Why? Wow. So are you short? No, I'm not short. I'm not tall either. I'm like I'm just under 6 feet, 5'11" and a smooch. My ID card have 6 feet, but it's not true. It's 5'11", 5'11" and a little. Most people when they see me in real, be like so you look taller than you are, and then some people will be like, so you look short. I'll be like, oh God. Well, my both of my brothers are also tall. Mid, no, like in this country, I'm mid because people in Netherlands tall. But in Trinidad, I'm usually on the taller side of the persons in the room. Anyhow, what we doing? What we really doing here, boy? Is maths we doing? So y'all understand how I get this? So they asked for 2,600 articles at 35 cents each, and 700 articles is 245. So I just multiply this by 3 to get 2,100 articles, and it turned out if I multiply this by 3, I get 735 or thereabouts. So it means the closest answer is like C. That just makes sense. Let me keep it pumping. Yeah, well, I guess now is the time I'd ask all your guys all your height. Any ankle biters out here? Any under 5 feeters? Any skyscrapers here? Anybody close to 7 feet? A plane is flying in a direction of 045 and changes course in a clockwise. We do this already, 90 degrees. Pay attention. We do that yesterday. Like it wasn't here yesterday. If P plus Q is equal to -1 and 5'9", a humble 5'9", 6'5", 5'10", 8 foot pickle. All right, bro. All right, go like it. All right, Shaquille O'Neal. Not even Shaquille O'Neal is the height. P plus Q is what? -1. PQ is equal to -6. PQ plus Q cubed is equal to what? So this could be the expansion of P cubed plus Q cubed, which is not on syllabus. So if you have P plus Q to be cubed, let me just show you what happens, right? You'll have P plus Q, it's P squared plus 2Q, 2PQ, plus Q cube. It's going to be a little long, a little tedious, but since this, whoever is just decided to throw this question out here, it's a disgusting question. P plus Q to be Q is P plus Q by P. This is secretly P plus Q to be squared. Now, if this come, well, at least you know it, but it's not really supposed to come because this kind of attacking this expansion, which is a little extra. And then you have P cube. Well, you find this plus 2P squared Q. This is squared. So we multiply P by everything. P cube, 2P squared by Q plus Q squared P. And then you'll have Q by everything. So plus Q P squared plus 2P Q squared plus Q cubed. Is it really the expansion? Nah, I don't need to do the expansion. I could just do simultaneous and just done. I been too extra it myself. 2P squared, 2Q. Just now, I just so love this idea. Nah, I don't want to boycott it. Q squared P will go there. Q squared P will go here. Oh, this is a pretty idea. It's just pretty. See, the maths teacher and I'm going for the pretty thing. I don't need to go here. Nah. They didn't want you to do that. What they wanted you to do was just simultaneous. So P is equal to, let's say P is equal to -1 minus Q. So P is equal to -1 minus Q, and you substitute that in. So -1 minus Q by Q is equal to -6. Can't believe it's this they wanted, boy. Just going and get my quadratic. P plus Q is equal to -1. P is equal, from this, P is equal to -1 minus Q. So PQ, am I substituting for P? Yes, -1 minus Q. So I'll get -Q minus Q squared plus 6. let's not do it that way, is equal to -6. So this will be 0 is equal to q squared plus q minus 6. So in other words, we'll have q minus 3, q plus 3 by q minus 2. So you'll get either q is -3 or q is 2. So either q is -3 or q is 2, which will be vice versa because this is commutative and this is commutative. So it means if q is -3, p is 2. And if q is 2, p is -3. So in other words, -3 and 2 squared, that's what we're trying to get, -3 squared plus 2 squared. So this is 9 plus 4, which is not here. Oh, cubed is cubed. There's a cube there. So you see, this isn't, yeah, so there's a cubed. -27 plus 8. So you get -19. See, yeah, this is a cubed. All right, so I'll just repeat it again. I'll repeat it again because this is probably the toughest one we do so far. But it's a simultaneous equation, p plus q, but this is not linear. This is order 2, p by q. So I made q the subject of the, p the subject of the formula. P is equal to -1 minus 2, and I substitute -1 minus q in this. Quickly solving this, I bring this across to create the quadratic on this side. I get q is going to be the -3 and 2, but it's vice versa. If q is -3 and I substitute this in here, p will be 2. If q is 2, p will be -3. So it don't really matter which one of the answers. I will still end up with a situation where I cube this and I cube this and I add it. So -3 cubed and 2 cubed, when you add it up, you get -19. Monster question. Let me keep rolling. No, so like they wouldn't give you all the questions like this. There are some questions that will just be watching and you just quickly figure out the answer. This might be like one of the longest questions you have to do in the exam. The matrix, bro. Here's another long question. Now, I remember the people sending me, and this one, well, you're seeing this one tomorrow, right? Let me just see. Well, you're gonna see this one tomorrow. AB 302105. But this one is just multiplication, matrix multiplication. I want to say that people will be sent, the questions people send in here by nature will be the long questions there because, 1 by 3 is 3. 3 by 2, this and the toughest now, the selection squad. That's the first spot. And wait. This is a 2 by 3. And a 3 by 2. So we're expecting to get a 2 by 2 in the end. Now look at that. 3, 9, 0, and 0. Love when we see them zeros. I tell you, them zeros is make you smile. 0 plus 3 minus 15. 0 and 0. And 5 by 5, 25. So we're looking at 25, 9, bang, bang, and 9, -12. -12. E. All right, so this is 9, this is -12, this is 9 again, and this is 25. So this is a matrix multiplication. And this one pop in tomorrow. So make sure they know my boy. Might pop on number 30 itself. This one in the box. This one done print and colon. It in the fridge colon, as we see here in the Caribbean. The following diagram shows the cumulative frequency curve of the heights of 20 seedlings. Didn't I just do this? Didn't I not just do something like this? 5, bang, and what was this? This is 1, 2. It wasn't exactly this one. So this is like 1.25. And so this is Q1. Q2 will be here. Q3 will be here. Bang. And it's looking like about 2 point something, a little extra. It's not 7.5, but maybe like 1, 2, 3, 2.6 maybe, 2.6. Subtract, you get about 1.35, 1.3. So B is the answer. Just a little over 1 is the interquartile range. Oh no, they want the semi. My bad. I was going to lose a mark there. So 0.65. Yeah, they divided by 2. Divide by 2 because they want the semi. So after you do the 2.6, apparently this is a 1.3 or something. After you do the 2.6 minus 1.3, you get the 1.3. That's the interquartile range. They want the semi-interquartile range, which is halfway. Let me just go back and check. So the answer is 8. Let me just go back and check the last one that came like this. So it looked like you're going to get interquartile range question as well. And apparently that's a tough one. Wait, right? Let's see just now I'm scrolling. I delete it. Okay, yeah, this is the other one. Yeah, last time they asked for the interquartile range. All right. What do you think about the selection crew today? They're pulling out some good ones, eh? They're pulling out some good questions, I must say. Good quality questions, boy. Sebs, boy. Quality things. So we do this one yesterday. So, if the area of the major sector, yeah, we do this one yesterday and confuse a little people. So I'll go back and check that one. Those of y'all who were here yesterday can see what the answer is. Give me a few seconds. And now we're going into a question that used to come every single time. This was a highly repeated question. If you're studying your multiple choice, you're bound to have seen this somewhere. Why isn't the chat if you see this one? Why isn't the chat if you see this one? What is the amount? And I think this question annoying. I think this is one of the annoying questions. Like it takes a little while to work it out. So you can do two things. You can find what is the best 1 millimeter. Who given the best for 1 milliliter? Or you can find who given the best for $1. There was a shortcut that I had used a couple of years ago. Well, let me see if I can remember it to help figure out this question fast. By annoying, I mean it's a question that you have to do some calculations for. What's the shortcut I use, boy? Did I use a kind of LCM vibe? I think I did. I think I use a LCM vibe. I think I use a LCM vibe. So I use an approximation and a LCM vibe. So like I was like, this is, let me see, they call this A, B, C, D, right? So for A, we have like 150 rep giving us, you spend $1.50 and you get 100 milliliters. So like take this up to a common number, like maybe 10 or 15 or something. Let me see, 15 good? Yeah, 15 good for you. 15 might be good for you. 350. We will see. So if I had $15, I will get multiply by 10. I'll get 1,000 milliliters. We'll see. B. This is 225, 100. So 225 times 4. 225 times 4 for 2s. Because I need to get rid of that 25 now, boy. I'll just brainstorming here to see if I can find a fast way to show it to do this in the exam. I'll get $9. So I have to go up to 18. So $9. And I multiply this by 4. How much it is? 225 is 150. By 4. So 600 ml. And C, 250, 5, 10, 15. I could try the $15. So $15 give me how much? So if I take this up to 15, this is 250 represents 200 for this one. So 15 is actually multiplying by 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse my math. So 200 ml by 6 is this one better. For 250, again 200 ml, 225 again. So C looking real good so far. So anyhow, so 15 I get in 1800 ml. So C looking good so far. 349 is like 350. 350 times 4. Last one. 350 gives us 250 ml. Nope. I can already see the jump here was too high. This raised by a whole $1.50 for just 50. This is 250. Best answer is the 200 ml. So you pay 250 and you get 200 ml. That's the best one. So it take a little bit of arithmetic prowess. Kind of see it. Let me just go through what's happening in my mind. That's good. What's happening in my mind. So 150 is 100 ml. So that means if I spend $15, I'll get 1,000 ml. So I kind of use this as my benchmark. 225 is 150 ml. So multiply this by 4. $9 is 600 ml. It's a little slightly less than this. This and this kind of close. Like if I'm in my mind, I multiply this by $18 will give me 1,200. Pretty close, but this one is really good because 250 gave me 200 ml. To go from 250 to $15, that's $250. Because remember, 250 by 2 is $5, and then 5 by 3 is 15. It's multiplied by 6. So multiply this by 6. I'll get 1,800 ml for $15. Nobody can give me that kind of returns. He going real good. And then 350. Well, I just watched that this jump straight up to 350 and then barely raised the ml. I can kind of maybe show you an example. 350. This is like $7. $7 for multiply by 2, 500 ml. So $14 for 1,000 ml now. C is the best answer. So you understand, you kind of understand how I break it down there. Instead of doing 149 into this, if you had a calculator, you could do that here. Say $1.49 is 100. So $1 would be 100 divided by 149, and you can work it all out really fast on a calculator, the exact answer. But nobody had no time for that in the exam. All right, enough of that. C is the answer. Let's go. Just now, 200 times 6 is 12. Did I say 200 times 6 is 18? 12. So we make it tighter. Oh my God. 15. So this is still better, but now I need to double check. This is 18. Oh my God. 9. 600. 18 is 1,200. It's still better. So 18 is 1,200. 350. 7. 14 is 1,000. Yeah, so I made a mistake in the multiplication. I said 200 times 6 is 1,800. Should be 1,200. But it still turned out to be better than all the others. So C is the answer for this. No, it smells like the correct answer as well. This is one of those questions where you don't want to do the exact calculation. You have to approximate. Let's believe in ourselves and move on to the next question. Why did I say 1,800? It's really be going on with me. In the circle A, B, C, D above, 0 is the center. What 0 had to do with anything? Or O have to do with anything? O is the center. And the circle, angle CBD is 28, angle FCD is 78, angle BAC up here. All right, so let's see if we could wash that question off our mind and go on to another question. I don't know why they tell me O. Okay, whatever. So if this is 78, this have to be what? 102. This is 102 and this is 28. This is like 130. So this is like what? 50? 50. And if this is 50, this is also 50. So the answer is B. Yeah, B. Okay, so we keep it pumping. I feel like I should go back and just double check that ratios question real fast just to make sure. I don't want to have a mistake before the exam. LM expressed in terms of A and B. And that's a pretty repeated question, a toothpaste question. And A and B, okay, so we need to actually write some things. OR is 3A minus 2B. OM is 2A plus 3B. And R is the midpoint, cool. And whatever, LM, so we need to go this way, which is opposite. So it'll be minus 3A plus 2B. And actually it's 2 of that, so it's 2 of that. And then we have to go this way, OM. So we have to go this way now. OM, so we'll be adding on 2A plus 3B, and we have to see what that boils along into. Negative 6A plus 4B plus 2A plus 3B. Negative 4A plus 7B. All right, why am I getting a negative? Look at here. The sign will switch. So I switch these signs here because you're going backwards. So B is the answer. B is the answer. All right, how are you feeling so far? We must do like about 30, 40 questions. I don't know how much questions we do. We spend some time on one. Some was easy, some was, we're doing the toughest questions here. Selection committee. We cook it. The diagram above shows a regular, it's raining, a regular hexagon inscribed in a circle. The distance between X and Y along the arc, along the arc. All right, let me just make sure I understand what they're trying to say here. They want this distance, the circumference is 2 pi r, and that is like 2/6 of the circumference. If it's a hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's split up into 6 parts. So that's like 2/6 of, or change that to multiply 2 pi r. So 3, 1/3. So 2/3 pi r, where r is the radius. I don't know why they have r in capital letters. So B is the answer. 2/3 pi r. 2/3 pi r. 2/3, no, 1/3. 1/3 times 2 pi r. Yes, which is 2/3 pi r. Good. All right, so we keep it pumping. I'll bring in somebody. As I say, the selection crew bring in the big boys here. They bring in the big bad boys. They didn't bring in the easies. They didn't bring in the easies at all. They really bring in the toughest. So hopefully, I will prep these questions. I know they are, like, for example, if you all want to see like a selection of a paper, check out this channel, Adaptation. I see yesterday he was doing papers. So let me just double check. I'll just see that. Anybody was on his stream yesterday? And he gives good answers. You know, sometimes you watch a stream and everything wrong, boy. Yeah, he was doing a stream yesterday, and was he? Am I imagining things? Am I hallucinating? Yes, he did Maths 2024 paper 1, Jan, then he do paper 1, 20. This man do real paper 1, so you could go and check him out. So be very careful. Be very careful. Uncle Terry's give good answers too. So that's the only people that I recommended. And my head not block for anybody, because it is possible for you to make a mistake, right? But they don't usually make mistakes. Good quality. How far up the wall does the ladder reach? How many 3, 5, or 4? So this is the common 3, 4, 5 question. Just imagine 3, 4, 5 one time. I am not saying any other names. I've seen people writing name day. Can't say no other name. I could only say the names I see. I know. I think we do this one either at the start of this class or sometime recently. So I'll just tell them the answer. It's really sending, you're sending over repeats, boy. You like CXC. Whoop, whoop, whoop. A man didn't send a question here, but he said, no truer words have been said. No truer words have been said. I'll delete this before Zach started to say bad things about me again. Zach. He say that Zach, not me. If if I I'll do the next question. If it took a speedboat 9 hours to travel a distance of, we do this yesterday too. So speed is distance over time. And if your time is distance, whatever. No, speed. What is the average speed? No, we didn't do this one yesterday. We do something similar to this. Speed is distance over time. Was it this one? So 1080 divided by 9. And the answer was 120. See? I think it was this one we do yesterday. People enjoy to sign up for classes for Jan. If you're watching this in the future and you want to know how to sign up for the student tab, there's one main number. There's numbers for Jamaica and Guyana as well, but you could get through this number. It works right across the Caribbean. 1-868-310-1306. Best in online lessons. Those from the student tab, you can testify. I think one of the biggest things about the student tab, not just the quality of teaching, but we have, are you seeing how that looking? We have real resources now, like the maths class, real resources. The median of marks scored by the 200 median mean middle students. So we just need to hit the middle, bang, touch the road and swing down. We're swinging down. So like it halfway between 35 and 40. So maybe 37.5, 37.5. That's a popular question from back in the day. I don't know if that one's still coming. Like those of y'all who doing real past papers and they reach real far down in the past paper, starting to reach 2016, 15, 14, going back, you can start to see that question coming over and over and over. The pie chart above shows the preference and drinks of a group. It came in 2023. Pie chart above shows the preference and drinks of a group of students. Each student may select only one drink. I do this yesterday. 12 students prefer chocolate. So this really means 12 represents 60 degrees. Total number of students is correct. That's 72. Whoever put that in, that's correct. So if 12, so you need to just say 12 times 6. 6 times that's 72. If the mean of the numbers 2x, 3x, 4x, and 3x is 12, then the sum of the numbers, the average of these numbers, this wrong. So the mean of the number 2x, 3x, and 4x, and 3x is 12. So if the mean of these numbers is 12, that means all of these numbers average in 12, and it have how many numbers here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 12 is 48 is the answer. So this is correct. So watch out for that one. I tell you, these places you'll be getting all your answers from. Sauce. Everybody understand? Are you cooking, chat? If you want to find out the value of x, that's different. And that they have a different way they could bring that question. They could ask you, what is the value of x? So you have to add up all of this and equate it to x. You'd say 2x plus 3x plus 4x plus 3x is equal to 48, and we'll call the value of x. 3x and 3x, 6x. 12x is equal to 48. So x is equal to 48 divided by 12, which is 4. So that different version to the question, which will be A, if they ask you what is the value of x. But if they ask you what is the sum of the numbers, it just means 4 times 12. Class, are you cooking? Are you cooking or are you being cooked? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So those of you all who was watching my earlier videos and I had here, but no, I don't have here because I cut it off. For now, as I get older, it's harder and harder for the hair to grow back properly now. So we can see, why are you doing all the exams? I'll pray for you to do well in all the exams, and I pray that, the Lord smile on me a couple more years and I could keep my hair around for a couple more years, you know what I mean? The distance around the lake is 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. On a map, this distance around the lake is represented by a length of 2 centimeters. So 2 centimeters. So 2 centimeters represents 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers is 800,000 centimeters. I will not explain why. You go and figure that out. So that is 1 to 400,000. Answer is D. Yes, the answer for this one is D. So whoever said D, you're good to go there. Thanks, boy, Tristan, boy. I appreciate it. I gotta look out for your big job in the future. The Instagram above shows. So this person want me to answer one of theirs. Big man, you can't wait your turn, bro. I going in order, and it's not like I'm picking out random questions here. I'm going in order. I'm going down one by one, and I'm feeling to finish already too. So I hope you. So I hope yours nearby. We should get to yours, my brother. The histogram. Why this graph looking like it? What is looking at? The histogram above shows the scores obtained by students in a mathematics test marked out of 6. Oh, how many students sat the test? Real plenty, boy. 10, 10, 15, 20. I need that small house. 10, 10, 15, 20, 40, and 10 again, and 5. Like 20 days. So 20, 20, 40, and 40 is 80, and 30 is 80, and 30 is 110. 110 students at this exam. And we pumping. Bella, easy question giver. Or? Bella, just come in with question after question. Okay, so a functions question. When have we last seen one of these? What is the value of the intersection for the system represented by the function f of x is 3? So f of x is 3 is like the line y is equal to 3. That's this line. This is f of x is equal to 3. Like y is equal to 3 then. And then g of x is 5, 2 plus 1. So 1. And so somewhere here it intersected. And 5 over 2 means what? 2.5. All right. So we just really want to equate the two to each other and see what I want. The x value, yes. So let's just equate the two to each other. So don't worry about it seeing g of x and f of x. Just equate them to each other. Don't worry yourself. So 5 over 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. If we multiply by 2, this is 5x plus 2 is equal to 6. 5x is equal to 6 minus 2 is 4. X is equal to 4 over 5, 0.8. 4 over 5 is 0.8. So 0.8 is the answer. Hey, Gina, you. And what I appreciate about the Gina is Gina has come through with high quality photos. You understand? Look at that. We can expand this and still see the pixels them showing properly now. If 40 students, we do this one already, Gina. I know beginning up here. We do this. There's the manuals thing, and I show you how to do it in a primary school way, and I show you how to do it in the secondary school way. I pick the primary school method for now. 40 students, 20 days. 10 more students would mean 50 students. So 40 students take 20 days. This is students and this is days. So 40 by 20 is 800 student days. So you need 800 student days. 50 times some mystery number must equal 800 student days. And 50 times what is that? What is it not to be earlier? I forget. Was it 16? Was it 16? 16, right? So 50 times 16. So 800 divided by 50, 16. So the answer is C. Answer is C. We did this one yesterday. A man pays 60 cents for every 200 plus a fixed charge of this. How much does he pay? Did we do this already too? And I divide, and what was the answer? Are they starting to hit me repeat? So this means home time. So 50, we do this yesterday. Divide by 200, cross, 2 into this. What was that? 225, 275. What does this mean? Why divide? Why are you doing this? Or 60 cents. So basically half. What's the answer? It was A. What did I do next? Did I say 275 multiplied by 6 tenths? For 60 cents. And then what? I need to add the 1375 to this. And what did it turn out to be? It turned out to be A. It turned out to be this. The light in here, boy. So I could turn on a light here. In the meanwhile. I'll just verify that I answered A. How is this? I can see my face better. And I mean, the top's still shining a little bit, but now I can see my face a little better, right? Good. Good. So I'm looking like I just shining from one area and not shining from a whole face. Cool. All right. So I can maybe avoid getting them comments right now, buddy. A is the answer. Chavi, why are you still up? You're supposed to be sleeping. What happened? What's the answer for this, folks? I'll do this one in the meanwhile. That's normally be the first question on the paper. That's the first question on the paper for real papers. Wait, D? I'll get the correct answer for this, right? Although you get the 165, you have to add the 13.75 ratio. So that's why it's A. And the answer for this is 9 plus 4. So D. This is the first answer on the paper. Rachel is a famous one in the student tab. Real progress over the course of the year. Big up Rachel every time. Real progress. Each of the following. No, so what I'm doing is I'm doing questions that people send to me, and obviously people will send the toughest questions that they have, or maybe the most repeated question for them. In each of the following diagrams, OA, the image of OA, which of the following shows a reflection in the y-axis? So this is the object, that's a reflection in the x. This is a reflection in the y-axis. This is, I don't know what that is. That's a rotation. This is a reflection in the line y is equal to negative x or some kind of thing. Or not even negative x, it's looking like the gradient little off. So the answer is B. Answer B. We move on with the course of our life. I wonder if I reach big man question by who was asking me to do his question, who was trying to skip the line. I wonder if I reach the question. We do this yesterday. I feel very my mouse stopped working. What is the meaning of this? All right, good. Didn't we do this yesterday? Feeling like I do every question here now. Yes, yesterday I said 165, but then I had to add up the 13.75. Just go back and check and make sure I added that. 6P, 5Q, 4R, 3S. So 15 QS. 15 QS is what we're looking at. We're looking at a nice 15 QS as the LCM here. And that's either you or you. I thought I would be able to get the answer one time. 5Q into this is 3S. So 3S by this is 3S by this. 3S by this is 18. 3 by 6 is 18, not 2 by 6. Last time I said that. 3 by 6 is 18 PS, right? Plus Well, it's 3s into this is 5q, so you end up with 20qr. So D is the answer. All of them people who always asking what paper is this and thing, and I keep having to repeat myself. While you don't help me out and talk to the people while you all who here a long time could just tell them, sir is doing requested questions. What is the gradient of the straight line? The reason I do requested questions is because, as I said, if you go check out adaptation, if you check out my channel, hundreds and hundreds of questions have been done. So what I'm doing is just doing questions that people have little problems with last minute now. Most of the average math student right now would have done like maybe 10 how much multiple choice papers are they do so far? Most of these students probably do like 10 under the belt if they're making sense, right? So they must do like 10. So they're just picking out the roughest questions that you had to do. If you check out my channel as well. What is the gradient of the straight line? Just divide that by 2. So you get -3/2. The reason why I divided by 2 is we want this to have 1 here. The coefficient must be 1. So B is the answer. And we keep moving. No, I'm not feeling to pin nothing by truth, but you had to tell them the truth all the time. So I must pin something and use up my little real estate on my screen. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just send pictures in the group now. Let's start a long talk. I'll trying to hold conversation in between what people send in here. I'll wake it up. People sending questions and then trying to hold a little conversation and smalls in between the question. In the parallelogram, ABCD above, AB is 5, BC is 4, and angle ABC is 56. What is the area of the parallelogram? ABCD. Excuse? I don't know what's the area of this parallelogram. What I'm really asking you. Let's have a way to figure it out, right? This is a triangle, and the area of a triangle is a half AB sine C. Half AB sine C. So this is half of 5 by 4 is 20 sine C, sine 56. Half of that is 10 sine 56. Now, don't run down this answer one time, because you have to multiply by 2, because it's 2 of them you have. So it's really 20 sine 56. Because it's 2 of these weird-looking triangles you have, this way and this way. So, area is 20 sine 56. Where does this question come from, boy? Is that ancients? Is this an ancients? C is the answer. Good question. I must commend the selection committee for today. The quality of questions is immense. Like, I spent some time yesterday just pulling out all the best questions, boy. All you're making me feel to continue. I was going on close up, but let me continue for a little bit more. The coordinates of the point A. I take back everything I said. I think everything I said, I take it back. Because who don't know what is the coordinates of A? Who is this? who bringing disrepute into the select? Bella? You, Bella? Bella, I mean looking for you there. Because, gosh, boy, 1 3. I'm going to make sure I get it correct. Because every time I start to talk about a question, you know, madness has happened. 1 3. Oh boy, imagine if you don't know how to find the coordinates of a point now, boy. And imagine if you don't know how to find the coordinates of a point and you still pass maths. I think to tell your grandchildren that thing. When you know I used to get problems with coordinate geometry, couldn't find the coordinates of a point itself, much less the gradient. The fraction of the circle which has been shaded, so we need to do a little subtractors here. 260 minus 385. Let's go back and add 1575. So 75 out of 360. I know there's a nice breakdown there. Break that down for me and see how much I get. 8 out of 24. What you get? 75. It can't go into 75, so it must be 5 out of 24. 5/24. Oh, sorry, minus 285. Yeah, that should be a 285 there. So I'm gonna make sure I do this subtraction properly. 1575. Yep. Yeah, so 285 is still 75. 75 out of 360. My bad. Oh gosh, I just write 3 instead of the 2. I'll focus on the right thing now, boy. The fraction of the circle which has been shaded, the shaded region, not the unshaded region, eh? The unshaded is 19 out of 24. The shaded region is 5 out of 24. I find someone in the chat leading me down the wrong road right through, you know. I'm trying 15, that's going to 360. 20 and 4. 24 times. Yeah, 20 and 4, 150 times to 20 and 4. So 24 and 15 are going to this 5 times. So 5 out of 24. 85 over 360. Hold on, eh? How much is 100 minus 85? Stop. How much is 100 minus 80? 100 minus 80 is 20. So if I increase it by 5, 100 minus 85 is now 50. Are they trying to make me break the laws of mathematics here? So yeah, so 15 plus 60 is 75. So 75 over 360 is 524. I done with this question. I ready to go on to the next question. I don't know about earlier, but I ready to move on to the next question. 5 out of 25 is the answer. So I was talking about this question the other day. The next question is coming up. A plot of land is valued at this. Land taxing is this per 100. What is the total amount of tax paid for the land? So what I normally do for these questions is like find out how much hundreds going into it now. 18. No. 180. And then vibes it with these with these 70 cents. So 180 groups of 100 in this. So what I want to say, boy, it have another way as do it to like as send up the, so like the other way is like if this is $7, this is $1,000. So for every $1,000, $7 off. So you do like 180. Divided by 1,000, and you get 18, and 18 times 7 is the answer. So anyhow, how much is 18 times 7? 126. 126. So the answer is B. So 2 ways to figure out the question. Or if you was in this situation, you'll have 180 and you multiply by 70 cents, it's like 70 over 100. So cross. 18 times 7 is 126. And we keep moving. We keep on moving. We numbers looking real glorious right now. 885 people is what I'm seeing here. I don't know how many of you are watching on the Student Hub channel and how many watching on the, let me see how many people watching on the Student Hub channel. Most people probably watching on my channel. 19. So big up the 19 people on this on the Student Hub channel holding it down. Most people watching the Coens Ringer channel. Here we have another question. Big up the 19. 19 is a very special number. It's a prime number. Integers, positive integers, negative integers. Which are you going there? No positive integers and negative. Wrong, correct. So this joint sets, right? Positive, negative. So U represents a set of integers and P is positive and N is negative. You know, they don't mix. The selection committee. No, I'm not trying to add any links here. See these kind of scary things that we'll be doing. The diagram above shows how a pupil spends. What is one? Scan this or print this on, right? Where these artifacts come from? These lines. how you take a picture of this on your phone, and your phone screen break or something. Trying to figure out how that come out there. Anyhow, the diagram above shows his pupil spends the time between, like you take a picture above of the phone, between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. on Saturdays. How many hours does he spend on TV? So from 8 to 8 is 12. Half of 12 is 6. Not too sure if I understand the question, because it feels a little strange. Feel a little strange. 6 on Saturdays, morning to evening. Now, man, what's 6 hours of TV on a Saturday? You trying to get through a whole anime series, or that sound like somebody who watching One Piece? This man is a One Piece fan. Oh, it's time for me to roll out. Oh, I could pass the baton. I could pass the baton. So adapt starting a session in like 10 minutes. So I'll start to pick and choose the questions, and then we could look to wrap it up, and I could just follow on to adapt. In the diagram, the translation by which AB, so it went from 2.5 to 4.6, so it gained 2 and it gained 1. This is probably the most common vector question. This is a vector question that we pass down from generation to generation. So my father, he got this question. I got this question. Now that I am older, I will pass this down to my kids. They will pass it down to their kids. This is a vector question. This is, almost like oral tradition. Never make sure I pass down the right answer though. All right, it's 2-1, right? So 2-1. So we keep it pumping. Dun, 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 dun. So 2 o'clock here is 8 o'clock over there. I plan to be sleeping around 2 o'clock. So by the time Adap and Uncle Terry take over, I might take a breather now. The measure of angle ABE, like 3 marks, right? So 58, 122. I've seen this question a lot as well. So also a popular question. Stop with us add link thing now. What we're going on here? Here we go. In which of the following are the fractions arranged from the smallest to the greatest? Well, I would have tell you if I could have see it, but since I can't see it, we just pretend we never see that question. So them seeing in the chat, or just talking in the chat, you going live tonight again. If I coming back later, no. In which of the following are the fractions arranged from the smallest to the greatest? 1/3 is not bigger than a half. Wrong. Smallest to the greatest. Right. Then you can put God out in the front here, because God is the greatest. God is the greatest. All right, next one. So the answer was C there. Smallest to the greatest. What I'm doing here is trying to look for the next question. Is the amount of amen in the chat for me? I love that. Say God is the greatest. Everybody like amen. Not trying to get on God bad side the day before the multiple choice exam. After you have been saying for the last 3 weeks, multiple choice and SBA. Multiple choice and SBA. Lord, multiple choice and SBA. Carry me across the finish line, please. 3 star 6 is 12, 2 star 5 is 9, then A star B may be defined as All right, 3 squared is 9 minus 6, is that 12? No. 4 by 3 minus 6, that would be a oh, no, sorry. B minus A. So 6 minus 3, 4 3s are 12, yes. 5 minus 2, 5 minus 2 is 3 by 4. Not this either. So yeah, this is clearly a plug in the answer one. 6A, 6 by 3 minus 6. 6 3s are 18 minus 6 is 12, yes. 6 2s are 12 minus 5. If I plug in this one, no. All right, choose the last man standing. The last man standing. 5. 2 by 3 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Good. And it works for the first one. 2 by 2 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. All right. You hold it down for the team. D. D is the answer. Let's keep it pumping. Oh, wait. There's more. So who sent this whole strip of questions, boy? Jaya. Sir, do all, please. Because they say please. And the order is 3 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So it's a 3 by 4. A 3 rows by 4 columns. 3 by 4. The determinant, this minus this. AD minus BC. 42 minus 42. 42 minus 40. Yes. All right, so we keep it pumping. Looking for some more questions now. Let's stop trying to hold smalls in the questions. Let me see if this person had the right answer. Last time they had one right, one wrong. Let me see if they get this one correct. I think they get this one correct. A star B. And this time they have the A and B in the right spot. A star B is equal to AB minus 1. So 7 over 28 minus 1. Negative 3/4. You're correct this time, my brother. It was negative 2. I wrong. AD. I wrong. I do AD. I do BC. Yes, it's 40 minus 42. So it's negative 2. Now that's the indication for me to pull up my shop day, because it's in the form A, B, C, D, and you want A, the determinant is AD minus BC. So it's this by this minus this by this, which is what I said, but I don't know why I mixed it up when I was actually doing it. That is such a disastrous way. And I need to stop calling my brethren name. All my YouTube brethren and them. So O is the center, then Y is 100, and I love in the free marks question here. This is the cooler, the brain cooler. That is a signal. I mean, it's time for me to pop off. I fed up. See this pineapple, orange juice, cake, chocolate pie chart question, boy. I'll bring some new pie charts questions now. What is this? Pie chart above shows the preference in drinks. 12 students prefer chocolate. We do this already. How much time we gonna do this? What is the answer? The answer is this person sent a whole page, boy. Where's that? This person sent adding mixed numbers. All right, here we have our next one. Question that makes sense now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have broken the 900 mark. Just now, I'm going to send all y'all over to adapt. If the mean of the 4 numbers is 10, then x, right? So this is one where it's different. So 4 numbers, mean is 10. So the sum is 40. So we're going to say 4 plus 8 plus 2x plus 12 is equal to 40. The 4 numbers add to give you 40 now. So then 2x is equal to 40 minus 24. So you have 16. 2x is equal to 16. This is wrong. X is equal to 16 divided by 2. X is equal to 8, my brother. 8. So I'm going to double check this. The mean is 10. So 4, 8, 16, 12, 16 and 6 more, 4 is 6 more, 2 more, 2 more. Yeah, so x is 8. So this is wrong, wrong. You had the wrong answer there. A is the answer. A is the answer. It's not D, it's A. 2x is supposed to be 16. The missing number is 16, but they want the value of x. That is the mystery of life. You can actually carry a calculator into almost any other multiple choice in the whole of CXC, I think, except maths. Isn't that fascinating? Except maths multiple choice. Which of the following shape doesn't have a line of symmetry? Whoever sent this, you're laying down your primary school self. Come on. Samir. And we did this question yesterday. Just putting it here, but we did this question yesterday, so it was one of the last questions that we did yesterday. So I just admit the cheating in the chat here. This do have a line of symmetry, so in the Venn diagram above, U is a universal set. Hockey, rugby is R, V is volleyball. What's the question? You just send me a picture with no question. Sabir, you're starting to do wildness with these questions. Samir just sent a picture with no question why. So in the diagram above, not drawn to scale, O is the center of the radius, the area of the shaded part. So we have the radius of the small circle is 4, the radius of the large circle is 7. So it's pi r squared minus pi r squared. So pi by 49 minus pi by 16. So really 149 minus 16, 33. 33 pi is the answer. R squared. Yeah, that ancient question. This question, that's the one day. I feel that was old for even my times. Whoever sent that question, you're deep in the bag. You went deep in your bag. The area of the rectangle in cm squared. People sending question without picture. That had a diagram to go with it. I think we do that yesterday. Which of the following statement describe the set of integers? I'll tell them the answer for this one. We do a couple like this yesterday as well. I feel we reach where we're going. People starting to send questions from textbooks and all kind of thing. We reach where we're going there, people. It was a nice session. So greater than -3, but less than 6. Greater than -3, but less than 6. Greater than -3, but less than 6. All right, so x is greater than -3, but at the same time less than 6. Who doing this? D. You don't want the equal to sign. You don't want to include the -3. It's greater than -3, but less than 6. They never say or equal to, so don't choose C, choose D. All right, ladies and gents. So I hope this extra, how was this? 130 minutes or so. We had a session from yesterday. Very useful sessions because we looked at only the questions that give students trouble. Now, there's a live going on. Let me just make sure it's going on. And I know this guy, and he normally does be doing good things out here. Hold on, it's not going on. Adapt didn't start yet. Adapt, are you there? Are you here? I thought Adapt was going to start, my bad. So I can check out Adapt. I can check out Adapt, Adaptation, check out the channel. And I think Uncle Terrors is going to start later on as well. Probably in an hour and a half. Yeah. So he actually was very active this year. He was very active this year, and that's good because I wasn't as active this year. Although my channel was doing really well in terms of the old videos that we have. So you can check out the Uncle Terrace for some additional some additional preppy preps. But until then, I'll be hearing from the Father above. Let me see if I can hear anything. Class party. The student about to organize a little class party. You know, we had to organize a little something. A little, you know, long I saying that we will do a nationwide graduation for everybody. Anyhow, love and blessings. I'll go and review all the questions that we do till we meet again. Anything I forget to say? Well, press like, subscribe. Those of you all who are watching in the future and looking for online classes. If you like my style, it's +1 868 3101 306. Any of these subjects, other subjects that you're looking for, we should have them in the student hub. We have some of the top teachers in the Caribbean here. So love and blessings, Janelle. I wish you all the best in the exam. Shout out to all of my students. Wish you the best in the exam tomorrow. Bring it home, finish strong. See you all on the next side.